For my Andy's Watch of the Week feature this week, I decided to look at some simple tips to try and get the best out of your watch. So we'll start with the most simple of all, which is how to set the watch correctly. I've chosen two watches, one with just 3 hands, and then I picked another one that's got a date. That throws up an extra issue as far as setting the date and making sure that the watch isn't damaged. So we'll look at the 3-handed watch first. So to set the time on the 3-handed watch, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to wait until the second hand reaches the 12 o'clock, and then I'm actually going to pull the crown out. And pulling the crown out, just one click will actually stop the movement on the watch, known as hacking the watch. So if we wait until we get to the 12 and I pull the crown out, so now you can see that the second hand has actually stopped. So I'm going to advance the hands, and it's 2:15, and then by pushing the crown back in, the movement on the watch starts again. So that's a simple 3-handed watch, and we've got the correct time. If I move on to the one with the date complication, one of the things we've got to be aware of is not damaging the actual mechanism for the date complication. So if I'm going to set a date on a watch, the very first thing I do is I actually move the hands down to the 6:30 position. So we'll set it at 6:30. That means that the actual date change mechanism isn't activated. So when I actually move the date, I'm not going to do any damage to the actual date mechanism. So on this particular watch, there are 2 settings on the crown. So fully out allows me to move the hands. One click back in allows me to actually change the date. So if I rotate the crown clockwise, you can see the date actually changing. So I'm going to set it to yesterday's date, which is the 22nd. I'm going to pull the crown back out to the second click. That's stopped the watch. You can see that the second hand has actually stopped. And now I'm going to advance the hands. This allows me to make sure that I'm in the correct AM and PM orientation. So you can see now that we've gone past 12 midnight. And if we keep going, I'm going to go around a full 12-hour cycle. Takes me to 12 o'clock dinner time, and then I'm going to move the watch on to 2:15, and at the right point I'm going to push the crown fully back in, and that will actually set the watch going again. You can see that the second hand is actually moving. So now we've got the correct time and date set, and importantly we've made sure that we don't do any damage to the watch when we do it.